Oh man, I don't have any food. I don't have a pickaxe. Iskal, you broke my heart, dude. You broke my heart. And just when you started eating Weetabix too. Oh man. Greetings, Cyberdogs and citizens of the Interbubs. This is ReNDoG coming at you from the Logfellas Glass Shop in another episode of Minecraft Survival from the Hermitcraft server. In the previous episode, we started working on a custom village for our Lush Mesa biome. In this episode, my friends, we are going to head back there to continue on that project. But before we do that, we got a few shenanigans to get up to around the Brown shopping district. So sit back and relax, my friends. I hope you have something tasty to sip on, something crunchy to snack on. I've got a giant ass cup of water. Give me 1 second. Oh baby, man, that water is what I'm talking about. Hey X! I am so happy to be back on the server, guys. I've been away for a couple of days. As you may have noticed, it's been about a week or so since I uploaded a Hermitcraft episode, and that is because I have been in Germany last week on some business, and I'm going to be telling you guys a little bit more about that on my channel. But I am back, and I am back on the Hermitcraft server, back to make some videos. So excited, man. I missed this place a lot, and I'm very happy to be back. However, guys, I've got some really bad news. I got some bad news for you right at the start of this episode. I'm sure some of you guys have guessed what it is already. I logged on this morning to get ready to record, and guess what? Moses II, the pet rock, has disappeared. I don't know where he is. I've searched every single chest in the known universe. I cannot find him. I don't know where I put him. I've either put him somewhere or I have recycled him in the ender. I don't know, guys. I am very, very sad. If any of you guys see Moses around here, please let me know. I really need to get him back, man. Although I have a suspicion that I have probably killed him or replaced him or put him down somewhere, and it looks like we might have to find a brand new Moses, guys. We might have to go buy a new freaking pet rock from False's shop. Oh, the shame. I can't believe it. I didn't even last a couple of episodes without losing that freaking rock. I can't believe it. But guys, today we're gonna get a Moses III, and we are going to crack on with a new quest to try and keep Moses the freaking third alive for as long as possible. But I got some good news for you guys. Look at this. This is freaking awesome. Exuma Void has been hard at work fulfilling his side of the bargain to upgrade the automatic furnace room of the glass shop. And guys, look at this. Isn't this unbelievable? It is absolutely amazing. Look how easy it is to make glass now. All we got to do is drop a whole bunch of sand in this chest over here, drop our fuel like our blaze rods, which I put in the wrong chest. Oh, I put the blaze rods in the wrong chest, didn't I? Oh, I am such a freaking idiot. Okay, where did those blaze rods go? Oh my goodness. Oh wait, they're in my hand. Oh my, I'm so rusty today. I am so rusty today. Check it out. We put the blaze rods in the fuel chest, the sand in the sand chest, and then through the magic of Exuma Void, all of this stuff gets filtered through the through hoppers and through a whole bunch of sweet ass jazz in the walls, and eventually that sand will land up in these furnaces to be smelted. Guys, if you want to see how Exuma Void put this all together, link in the description box below. Trust me, it is an absolutely amazing design. You guys don't want to miss it, man. So go and check that out and let Exuma know that I am thankful and grateful for the amazing work that he's done for our glass shop. This is absolutely fantastic, man. Now I just want to wait for this freaking glass to start smelting though. I think it's probably going through a whole bunch of hopper chains and whatnot, and eventually it'll land up in the furnace. Let's check. Hello? Why aren't these furnaces cooking? Check it out, my friends. I've been doing a little bit of troubleshooting here to get our auto furnaces working again, and it looks like something weird is happening with this minecart chest. It doesn't want to go further than this position, which is very strange. And of course, this is the minecart chest that is delivering all of the sand into the furnace, so that is a little bit of a problem. Chest, dude, you need to stop going back and forth, and you need to actually behave correctly. I think what's happened here, guys, is the chests, or the minecart chests, have gotten stuck on those rails because the chunk got updated in a strange way, or the server was reset or something like that. Here we go. This chest is now getting filled with sand. That is good. And now what we have to do is install the fuel delivery chest, or minecart chest rather, which is this one. So let's get a chest in there if we can. No, man, I don't want to get into the freaking minecart. Oh, wait, I'm doing this wrong, aren't I? Oh, I am so bad at redstone, guys. I got to make the minecart chest first, don't I? And now I've dropped the, I've dropped the freaking chest into somewhere, haven't I? Yeah, Dang it, why am I so bad at this game? Okay, there we go. Minecart with chest in this location. Perfect. Now we are going to be filling up this minecart with blaze rods to be sent across into the auto smelters. There goes the sand chest. Excellent. So that sand chest should now be dropping off the sand into the furnace for smeltage. Let's just go make sure that's happening. Oh, look at that. That is so freaking awesome. That is amazing. Oh, man. And it's sort of dropping off one sand at a time into each of the furnaces or something like that, right? Or maybe a couple of sands into the furnaces. That is absolutely amazing. I love it. Look at that, man. Every single furnace has been filled with sand with one delivery chest, or one delivery minecart chest anyway, and all of this is going to be smelted and delivered into these chests over here. So, amazing. Thank you, Exuma Void, for this incredible upgrade to the glass factory, guys. Go and check out his episode, how he made this. It is so freaking sweet. Oh, sigh. Seriously, guys, how is it freaking possible that I lost that rock within the space of just a couple of episodes? I just cannot understand what is wrong with my brain sometimes. Seriously, guys, it is embarrassing. I mean, I am ashamed to have to tell you guys that I've lost the rock. I couldn't even keep a freaking rock in my inventory for more than a few days. I don't know, man. I must have put it somewhere before I went off to Germany, and now I can't remember where it is. But anyway, we're going to have to press on. We're going to buy ourselves a new rock. Let's collect for ourselves the profits for the week from the Garden Center Emporium. 6 diamonds so far. Very nice. Ooh, a whole bunch of diamonds for dirt. That's amazing. Any sand sales? No. So 14 diamonds from the Garden Center Emporium. Very nice. These signs are clearly doing the business, man. We installed these marketing signs to try and increase profits, and they seem to be kicking in. Something fierce, baby. That is awesome. Let's put these diamonds in our ender chest over here. Now, let's see how many diamonds we've managed to pick up for the log fellas over the last couple of weeks or so. Very nice. 6 so far. Oh my goodness. 30 in the belly. How about 51 in the belly? How about, my goodness, how about 64 in a bit? Jeez, dudes, look at this, man. Log sales have been absolutely insane these last couple of weeks. Fan-freaking-tastic, man. That's going to make the log fellas nice and rich, man. That is what I'm talking about. Let's distribute these into some even piles for my fellow log fellas. Very nice. I did think that the log business was about on the way out, guys, but it looks like we are actually still profiting, which is amazing. And I think I'll take 1 diamond for the admin. Thank you very much. So 43 diamonds for each of the log fellas from the logging business. Very, very nice. That makes me super, super happy, man. I've got, what, 15 diamonds of my own here to spend, or at least almost 64 diamonds to spend. So let's do a little bit of shopping before we crack on with today's episode, guys. Oh, man, I am so happy to be back on the server. You know, it's crazy. Even if you miss, like, just say 5 or 6 days on the server, you fall behind so much, you know. So much is going on the server. And speaking about going ons, look at this, ham pie in Iskal's chop shop. Don't mind if I do. I will take myself a couple stacks of ham pies. They sound delicious. Damn, Iskal has been stepping up his production levels here in the chop shop. That is beautiful, man. Thank you, Iskal. That is absolutely delicious. Of course, there's one more purchase that I need to make, a purchase of derp, and that is buying myself another freaking pet rock. Yep, this time though, my friends, I guarantee you this freaking pet rock is going to survive more than 2 freaking episodes. I'm going to throw up another poll for you guys to vote in this episode. Check in the top right-hand corner of the video. Let's see, how many episodes can I keep this freaking pet rock alive this time around? Another 10 diamonds for false symmetry. There you go, false. Thank you. I'll take another pet rock. Moses the Third. And yeah, I really want to try and find Moses the Second. Although, guys, I gotta say, I think Moses the Second is alright, is resting in pieces somewhere. I reckon I recycled him in the ender. That's my theory anyway. Anyway, there we go, guys. We got some delicious ham pie. We've got a brand new pet rock. How long do you guys think we'll keep this one alive for? Vote in the poll, top right-hand corner of this video, my friends. Well, I guess it's time to head back to the Lush Mesa, my friends, because we need to crack on with today's first task, which is setting up our beautiful Lush Mesa village. You guys have given me some really amazing ideas. Can't wait to show you guys what I've got cooking up for you, man. It is going to be sweet. In the meantime, I've got something else I wanted to show you guys. Been a bunch of shenanigans going on since we were last together, namely with the plot fellas.
Hi.
What are we doing here, chaps?
Hi, Iskall.
Hi.
Iskall's really angry with me.
I don't know. I was just gonna go and select a plot for my new shop that I'm doing, and you guys just stopped me. What is that all about?
Well,
there's no space left in the Brown District. Have you not seen?
I'll just make space. I'm not worried. Why do you stop me?
Well, there's no space to be made anymore. I mean, you know, all the area's looking real good and fancy, and there's no space left.
Right. So I'll just make a space and make it. Are you questioning my ability to build something?
Well, there's just nowhere to make a space, really. All the places you could make a space have been taken up.
Iskall, my brother,
You know
we just want to make your life easier, man. You know, we just want to make things easier for you.
Go on then.
You know, we don't want you to.
So how? There's no space. Wait. So I've understood it correctly. There's no space left.
Yeah.
Yep.
And how do you guys come into this?
Well,
we have some premium space that's just become available.
Oh, that's
Stuff.
cool. Okay. Yeah, show me.
yeah.
Okay, well, we
I'd
can
like
show
some
you.
premium.
Let's go.
I'd like some premium space for sure.
Okay, let's show you.
It's been hand-built by myself, so you know it's of the finest quality.
I delivered all the
okay.
resources as my contribution.
Good.
Yeah.
We've got well-maintained paths with custom blocks.
Yeah.
You heard me correctly. Which way do we go? That should do just fine.
We've
won't
got
it?
custom lampage also, which is
Custom
Yes.
lampage. Okay.
is good.
Right, so if you look up ahead here, you see Biffa's shop. That's
Yep.
getting moved out of the way. So you're going to have this big open area, and behind it, you're going to have a lovely view into where you could have your own shop.
I would argue.
Right.
I would argue that should you purchase a plot here, Iskall.
Wait.
What?
What?
Oh no! I'm just saying. The plots from this area, I would argue, X. I think you would agree. Best views in Hermit Canyons. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely the best view. I mean,
wait.
it's scout.
You
It's
bring
scout.
me here to give me a
When you pay money, you get better stuff. Okay. That's a golden rule in life. It's not incorrect in the slightest. If you pay money, you'll always get something better.
Hold on.
There's
Are
no
you gonna
flaw in
sell
that
me?
statement.
Are you gonna sell me land? Have you claimed?
We've got the only land that's left, and we're selling it. We're providing a service, though. We've created this out of the goodness of our hearts. We have created more land so there can be more shops.
For you.
Without
you did it for
you wouldn't even have a shop. You'd be coming over here. You'd be looking around. You're going, "There's nowhere to build. You know, I'm going to have to turn around and go back
Sell
to
it,
my
X. Sell it.
base." And you don't want that.
I
You
mean,
don't want
this sounds like a Robert De Niro thing. Come on now. I'll just kill both of you and then take the land.
Whoa!
No need to get hostile. We're just
Jeez. I mean, you know. I mean, we just.
look. Why don't you come check out the place with us
Okay.
first? Before you
Let's
make
put
any
the
decisions?
guns down, gentlemen.
Have a little walk along the lovely path here.
Uh-huh.
You know, smell the bushes. Everything's fresh and clean, looked after here. And Ren,
Business license has been.
X. Okay, Iskall, turn away for a moment, would you?
Iskall, could you just hang out over? Check out Iskall. Look what I've been doing. Look what I've been doing over here. Oh my God, there's a
What is
creeper.
there?
Iskall,
Look at the
hi,
chicken.
check out this new
Look
game.
at the chicken for a while.
Nice.
Just have a little fly down there. Have a little. That's it. Ren,
X, we got problems,
on?
dude.
What's going on?
What in the name of all that is jazzy is going on here? Your business line?
Derp have filed a claim. Hey, this we didn't do this.
Oh, you.
What's go? Iskall.
How?
I ain't
Why would you do
find
such a
this. I'm
thing?
I'm
Wait.
sent from Derp.
Wait.
What?
What's going on?
We've been stabbed in the
I ain't
back.
taking part in this. Mobster.
There's a flamingo in here.
reasoning.
What? There's boats. Ren, I can't even tell you what I'm seeing right
X,
now.
I've been murdered.
Iskall, were you a part of this? Is that why you contacted me about getting a plot?
Well, let's say that
Chasing
I'm
me down.
hired. I work for the man who pays me the most.
Oh, you're saying you're a hitman? And you
Maybe.
killed my buddy?
X, we've been
Maybe.
stabbed in the back. Iskall, the shame.
I do believe so. I thought you were one of us, Iskall. I thought you were a good
I
businessman.
thought we were friends.
I'm not part of anyone. I'm part of the diamonds, man. I'm part of the bling.
Well, I hope they paid you a lot.
I thought we were friends.
You just missed out on prime territory.
Well, it doesn't look very prime. It looks like a dump.
Well, I'm sure you had a hand in that. Just happened to be here on the day you wanted to come check out this plot. I don't believe it, Iskall. I feel betrayed. I feel hurt. Ren, are you getting your items okay?
Yeah, I'm okay, but my heart is not. But seriously, what has happened around here, dude? This place is a literal.
I don't know. I think I found some evidence as to who's done this. There's an impulse skull lying around on the ground. That'll come in handy later on.
There's like rusty trucks here and, nether wart. There's some sort of scary, I don't know, like a man sketched into the ground in blood.
Oh, yeah. That's where his head was at the top.
What is that about, man?
Do you know what, Ren? I think we should see this as an opportunity. I mean, there's magma blocks here. We sell those for diamonds. There's slime blocks.
Yes.
They can be used for redstone
Could use
stuff.
that. Oh, got some
nether wart blocks.
lapis for the glass shop.
This is a gift.
This is a gift.
This is some free resources.
Oh, some cacti.
I do like it.
Got some cacti.
This ain't slime, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it a bifid?
It is a scallium. Well, yeah, we can use a scallium to fire the furnaces of the glass factory X.
Are you interested in buying some Escallium, Iskall? we just found out we've got an overstock of Escallium. Your favourite block.
I'm the origin of it. I don't need any more. My miners have died fighting for the scallium.
Oh man, I don't have any food. I don't have a pickaxe. Iskall, you broke my heart, dude. You broke my heart. And just when you started eating Weetabix too. Oh man.
It's just business. I don't know what to. Just good business, man.
Fair enough.
This area here where Biffers is and everything on the inside isn't for sale. This is where we're going to build a garden. So it lures people in. It's going to look lush and lovely. They're going to want to go there and sit down, sip some tea, and then they're going to see Iskall's shop the other side of the fence. Plenty of room there for you to suck them in. And, they can hop across and shop away.
I understand Iskall might be reconsidering. We still got a bit of a roach infestation over here, man.
Oh yeah. There's some cockroaches here. They've actually renamed them cockroach. Filthy little endermites.
Don't mind these, Iskall. Every new
taking care of the
development
bugs.
always has some sort of an infestation, rats or cockroaches. There we go, all clean now, dude.
Or cats.
Or cats. Yeah, we've also got a cat infestation here.
If you don't like the cats, we can get rid of those too.
Yeah. Iskall,
Your wish is our demand.
I would like to point
a plot where other
So,
have a vested interest here. We're here to help, you know.
exactly.
If there's something wrong, we get. Oh, you
Yeah.
like that? I was going to take them to a cat sanctuary.
No.
Oh,
No, I just want to
guys.
get rid of them. Okay, so what plot is it actually that I'm
So
buying?
Iskall,
Can you mark it out
I
for
would
me?
like to say that
Well,
this plot over here, okay, if you're looking out over the desert over in this direction, the sun rises directly in between these two little mountain faces. This is a glorious view from this little area. You'll have the sun rising right out of through the windows of your shop. Your customers will walk in and think, "My goodness, this is majestic. I'm going to spend some diamonds."
Where is Biffa's shop gonna go? Because it's very
Here.
blue.
Yeah, it's over here.
Oh,
Right
okay.
here.
Okay, cool. So what about over here?
Here's the golden thing, Iskall. There are actually no plots. We're the plot fellas, but the idea is, you're the first person here. You get to pick exactly where you want to build.
I see.
It's organic.
Yeah. I just have to think about a lot of things. I really like this art museum here. I'm gonna build a posh build.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel this may be a little bit blocked though. So this area here is probably the prime. Is what I'm feeling.
That's right.
How big of land are you going to tell me? And also, before we do any deals, this this side of the canyon looks kind of unsideish.
Well, we haven't made a decision on what's going to go here. We've been talking about perhaps building stilts to come up from the ground or making it look natural. If you tell us what you want,
I'd
we
need
can
it
give
to
you
be
that.
covered because I need redstone under there for my shop.
Okay, well you can build a platform underneath, right? and put all your redstone on.
Mm-hmm.
And then, depending on how you want this to look, we can, make it look like a mountain, or we can put some stilts there and make it look all industrial. It's your call.
So let's talk about price. I assume you guys ain't doing this for free.
No.
No, it's not a free service. But when it comes to price, we're probably going to have to put our heads together and have a little discussion, right? And then we'll bring an offer to you.
Yeah.
How does that sound?
5 diamonds? Did I hear 5 diamonds?
5 diamonds for this premium location. Iskal, you're a cheeky man.
Yeah.
We'll put our heads together. We'll think about this. We'll discuss it, and we'll bring an offer to you.
All right. We'll see if I'm interested. Maybe some other plot masters have sold me a plot already by the time you guys have figured out a price. Hey?
Yeah, we got to get the paperwork done, all right? I know, Cyberdogs, I know it's hard to swallow that our brother from another Swedish mama stabbed us directly between the crack of the ass when we were just trying to do some legitimate business with him in the plot fella's plot area. Unbelievable, man. The shame, the deception, the devastation. Iskal85, my friend, my brother, I'm going to have to get some revenge on your ass, man. Next time I see you in real life, you are going to be munching on 4 dry Weetabix. No milk. Only then will I truly forgive you for murdering me in cold freaking blood. However, guys, remember, anything that happens on the Hermitcraft server is always in good fun. We are all mates here. Even if the deeds seem dastardly, they are always in good fun, and there are never any hard feelings. Iskal is, after all, a mercenary on this server. He gets hired to do dastardly things, and sometimes he even has to kill his best friend for diamonds. And as a fellow businessman / gangster, I can understand that. So Iskal, I do forgive you, but I will never forget until you ram those dry Weetabix in your face, you damn bastard. Anyway, guys, here we are back in the Lush Mesa biome. Just finished putting together Moses III, the pet rock. No idea if I'm going to be able to keep this one alive for more than a couple of episodes, but I'm going to try. I'm going to aim for at least, I don't know, shall we say at least 5 episodes? That's going to be the goal. I can't guarantee that it's going to happen though, my friends, considering I couldn't even keep the last one alive for more than a few freaking days. What is wrong with my brain? Anyway, let's move on, my friends. Let's move on and start getting to work on our Lush Mesa village. Thank you guys so much for all of the amazing ideas that you have been giving me for the Lush Mesa village. The last time we were working here, I asked you guys to come up with an idea for where we would put our beacon. And of course, what we are doing in this village is making a brand new custom village that is going to have a beacon in it. It's going to have a beacon, and it's going to have a fishing area, so that if, for example, this was to be in Minecraft, the game, you would stumble across it, you would find yourself a beacon, and you would find yourself some sweet ass fishing gear also. Now, I've been trying to figure out exactly what to do about this beacon idea. All right, ReNDoG, take a deep breath, please. Take a sip of that beverage, I thank you. Okay, there we go. I need to slow down a bit, my friends. I haven't been on the Hermitcraft server in a week or so, and I am freaking buzzing to place down some blocks, but I'm racing ahead of myself. Let's just slow it down a little bit, all right? Let's just talk about what we are trying to achieve here in the Lush Mesa biome village. More importantly, let's talk about the beacon. The beacon is the #1 most awesome thing about our Lush Mesa village, and I have been asking you guys to come up with some really cool ideas of how we could incorporate a beacon into our custom village design. And check it out, guys. I think one of you guys have had a really amazing epiphany, and I want to share it with the rest of the Cyberdogs and see what you guys think. Now, let me break it down for you, this idea for a beacon. Right? There have been a lot of ideas, you know, that where we could put this beacon, like cathedrals and apothecaries and inns and all of these really cool ideas. But one idea really stuck out for me, and I reckon this idea could be the one that we actually go with. Let me just make a little bit more space around here. Now, this beacon is basically going to be the center of our Lush Mesa village, or as close to the center as we can get it. It's basically going to be the well of the village, right? So if you think about a Minecraft village, it has a sort of well in the center of it. I reckon that this beacon should be the center. And one of you guys had a really cool idea. What happens if we created some sort of an ancient ruin around our beacon here, right? So think Stonehenge in England. Or is it Stonehenge? I think it's Stonehenge. I don't really know how to pronounce it. But one of you guys had a really sweet idea, right? Let's just bust open a little bit more space. And this is also kind of inspired by something that I did on the KingdomCraft server a year ago or so. Now, if this is our beacon over here, actually, let's try and center it a little bit more in this area. So let's, for example, say the beacon is going to go over here. What we could potentially do around the beacon is to create some sort of a ruin of some kind, right? And what we could do is make this ruin out of some really interesting stuff. So, for example, why do we not have a crafting table out here? Let me just quickly get that made. For example, we could make some ruinetic. Is that even a word? I don't think it is. We could make some really cool ruin-looking stuff using some chiseled red sandstone, and we could also do the same using some chiseled sandstone, right? Because we get these really cool like hieroglyphs on these different types of blocks. And what we could potentially do is create some sort of a thing around the beacon, right? Let's try and do this properly. So, for example, just as a rudimentary test, we could create something like this, right? So we could have like these totems, I suppose, around the center of the beacon. And on top of these totems, we could put our ruins like this. We could also use some chiseled stone also here. That could work quite nicely. And then around the beacon itself, maybe what we could do is create like a really cool looking array or something. This one needs to go out a little bit more, doesn't it? And this one needs to go over here. And what we could do is try and make these ruins look really, really ancient, as if they were here before the Great Flood or something like that, right? And the reason that this village got set up here is because they stumbled across this beacon, and they stumbled across these hieroglyphs, and they thought to themselves, damn, this is some really cool looking jazz. Why don't we set up our village here, right? So check it out. We could also use some of these stairs to make, I don't know, we could do a lot of stuff here, right? And I reckon we could do a really cool mixture of this red sandstone and the normal sandstone, like the white sandstone. We could come up with something really, really sweet around here. Come up with like a really cool pattern or something. And then in the center here will be the beacon, and that beacon will be shining a light all the way up to the sky in the middle of these ruins. I reckon that could be pretty freaking sweet, right? I mean, look at this. This looks really cool. I do like how these combine. And we could probably come up with something cool. We'll probably have to change this whole area into a red or white sand beach or something like that to try and make it fit. But yeah, I reckon that's going to work out real nice. Okay, so I've been working a little bit more on our beacon ruins idea, guys, and I think it's coming together really, really nice. You know what I get when I look at this? I get the feeling like underneath this basin might be, I don't know, an ancient civilization of some kind, almost like all of the silt that got washed through this canyon river deposited itself on top of an ancient civilization, and this is the top of one of the temples or something like that, right? Yeah, I kind of get that feeling. It looks real, real nice, man. I dig it. I think it's turning out really nicely. So what I've done is I've added a little bit more detail in here. I've made the pillars have different heights. I've added a bunch of different levels to create a little bit of depth. And what I'd also like to do is add a bit of green into this too by growing a little bit of grass. I've added a few blocks of grass around here too. So check it out. We can sort of get some grass growing in the middle of the ruins, which I think looks really, really cool. And maybe what we could do is change a little bit of this to normal grass also, so that we could get a little bit more foliage into the build. Check it out. Maybe we could add one of these beautiful orchids too. That's looking real snazzy. And as we all got a bunch of sand around here, I thought we could throw in a couple of cacti around the ruins also. Maybe like one there, throw another one over here, just to add a little bit more detail into the build. And maybe we could also add a few bushes and stuff in here too. But let's have a look what that grass looks like now in the ruins. Yes, that looks real nice. I like it. I like it. I tell you what, guys, I'm not going to work any more on this though. I would love to get your opinions on this. I might be barking up the wrong tree, so to speak, but I really like how the ruins are turning out. And if you can imagine that beacon blasting through the center there, I think it's going to look really, really nice. And maybe what we could do is try and work some lights into this also. I don't know, man. Still a lot to do. Looking good though. All right, let's crack on with the final part of today's episode, my friends, and that is working on some sort of a foundation design for our village buildings. So I've done a little bit of experimenting off camera, my friends, trying to figure out a sweet ass design for our Lush Mesa village, and I kind of came to the conclusion that we should potentially make our village out of this red sandstone block, right? I mean, we are in the middle of a mesa, and if we think about what the people of this village would potentially use to create their buildings, they would probably be using a bunch of clay from around here. It's definitely the most abundant resource, and I guess that is what they would use. Also, if we look around at the trees of the Lush Mesa, it is basically spruce trees, right? So they would be using spruce trees as the wood for their buildings, and they would probably be using clay, or red clay rather, for the walls of their buildings, right? So using that logic, I want to try and throw up a design for one of the buildings that we could have in our village, and just have a look at what that looks like. The most important thing is I want it to look very natural. I want it to look like it belongs in the Lush Mesa biome. I mean, another option is to make the village out of wood, but I don't know. I reckon that might just be a little bit too boring, a little bit too safe. I want to try something a little bit different for this design, see if we could come up with something interesting. I don't know if any villages in Minecraft are made out of red sandstone blocks, or this is red sandstone, yeah. I think they are. Do they get generated in mesas out of red sandstone blocks? I don't know. I probably should know the answer to that, but I don't. Anyway, hopefully they don't, because we want this, of course, to be a very unique custom village that could be generated in Minecraft, right? And we want to make sure that the blocks that we use are also a little bit custom, a little bit different to what you see in Minecraft, in the normal vanilla Minecraft anyway. So check it out, right? I think that looks pretty cool. Does this sort of blend in with the environment? That is the main question. I guess it does. It's very orange though. I mean, I suppose this would be the entrance into this particular house. We don't have a lot of space to work with in here, but we could do something a little bit more interesting here. We want to make sure that this looks like it has been generated by Minecraft, right? That's another challenge that we have here, is to make the building not look too customized. Make it not look like it has been created by humans, right? It's got to look a little bit more computer generated, I guess, which is a bit of an interesting task also. So maybe what we could do is have a couple of windows like this looking out, and this could be the main entrance. Maybe there's two entrances here. So there's one entrance here and one entrance here for whoever lives in there. And maybe we could throw in a couple of windows on the sides of the doors too. A little something like that is pretty cool. I don't know, maybe we could get some glass in there perhaps. That could look pretty cool. I guess what we probably want to do is a little bit of experimenting with using some red sandstone stairs also. I mean, maybe what we could do is add some sort of a lip to the top of the roof of our building. Something like this, if I could actually get it done without noobing out. That would be very nice. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm tempted to just go absolutely fantastic on this thing and just make it look like the most beautiful freaking building that you can imagine. But I gotta try and make it look like it's been generated by Minecraft. Yeah, that is definitely the challenge. You know what, actually? We could try just using some normal sandstone in this build. Is that going to be too much? So that looks kind of cool. I kind of like that. I've got a bunch of sandstone stairs. What happens if we did a bit of experimenting here, and instead of just using orange for every block of the build, what happens if we throw in a little bit of sandstone? I mean, I know that you can find sandstone villages and deserts in vanilla Minecraft, so maybe this is a fusion of the two. That looks pretty cool, I guess. It might be a little bit overpowering using the sandstone in the roof section here. Maybe what we want to do is use the sandstone as a lining instead. Maybe, can we make more sandstone? We make sandstone like this, right? Yeah. Maybe what we'd do here is, instead of having the sandstone as a prominent block in the build, maybe it's just like a highlight block. Something like this. That could be pretty awesome. And you know what? This kind of matches the design that we got going on in our own house, right? Where we are mixing acacia with oak wood to create this sort of stripe effect. So this kind of matches that too, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that is kind of interesting. You know what? I'm feeling that. That's pretty sweet. And maybe we could throw in a couple of windows in here too. I don't know, something like that. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more experimenting with this to try and come up with a sweet ass design. But you know what, man? I've got nothing left to do today other than play some Minecraft. So I'm probably gonna spend a little bit of time figuring this one out. But guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about our beautiful ruins over here and our initial design for our Lush Mesa village. I reckon we could come up with something really, really awesome. But unfortunately, guys, we run out of time in today's episode. Yes, Moses III is still alive. Still alive and kicking. Managed to keep him alive for one episode at least. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. But yeah, that's it for today's episode, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, you know what to do, man. You hit that subscribe button, or you're going to get a piece of Weetabix shoved directly between the cracky ass. Thanks so much for watching, my friends, and I'm so happy to be back on the Hermitcraft server. Make sure that you are checking daily for Minecraft videos right here on the ReNDoG channel, and thank you so much for watching. We will see you all in the next episode.